Hi everyone, welcome to Table for Two. I'm Onezie.
And I'm the Elusive Bigfoot.
Today we're talking about our top 5 games with interesting scoring mechanisms that we love.
So we're going to be giving you a demonstration, a specific game that incorporates this so you can see how this works.
All right.
Okay.
So
Why don't you go first?
First game I'm going to talk about is Motainai.
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 That's an older game.
It's an interesting kind of card game where basically you're playing a temple of monks. And your job is to create, display, and sell works of art, and you get points for doing that.
Or crafts.
Crafts, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a bunch of different actions you can take on your turn to do that, but you can either hire helpers to help you out, which will increase your points later, or work on making sure your works of art are supported in some way. There's all kinds. You can sell things and just get the points for them, or you can tuck them under your card to try to
beef up.
Beef up, yeah, beef up. You buff yourself.
Yeah,
you buff monks.
Buff monks.
Bless you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So that's Motainai.
That's Motainai.
The one that I'm talking about is Beer and Bread. And what you're looking at in that scoring mechanism is you compare the points you have on your beer versus the points you have on your bread, and whichever is the lowest of those two scores is your final score for the game, and you're looking to see who has the highest score, but it will be your best lowest score.
Right. I wrote this down as the highest lowest score.
Yeah. So the way that I play it is I keep my eye as much as I can on trying to keep my scores even, because if you score really well on one and not as well on the other, you're going to take the lower score. But if you can get them kind of similar, there's no lower score too much to worry about.
Yeah, I think this is the only game I can think of that does that. So in golf, the low score wins. Most games, the high score wins. But in this game, the highest of the lowest scores wins.
Yes. I'm going to love this game. It's a great two-player game.
Yeah, that was on my list too.
It's a game where you have two different neighbors. You and a neighbor are competing to see who bakes the best bread and makes the best beer. And so you're constantly trying to see, you have your fruitful and your lean years as you go through this. So several rounds, so much fun.
Right. The next one up on my list is mandala stones. Right. And mandala stones, you're collecting these great stone tiles from a community board, and then you're arranging them on your personal player board, and you arrange them until you decide to score. There's some criteria for scoring about matching colors and things like that. But then based on where the top stone is in each pile, you'll get a different score. So it's not simply a matter of collecting a set and then getting the points for it. It's a matter of timing it out so that you choose to score at exactly the right time.
Yeah.
Right? To get the maximum number of points.
So what is it about this scoring mechanism that you like?
I like the timing.
The timing
part of it. So, like I said, it's not just collecting a set. It's collecting it and then choosing when to fire on it based on when you're going to get the most points.
Yeah.
And also where currently all of us are at on the scoreboard timing track, countdown track, however you want to refer to that, because there are some bonus points there too. So that's mandala stones.
All right. I don't know how I'm going to explain this one, but the game is Fog of Love. And what ends up happening is it's like if two people met and they have a relationship, what would that look like? How would that develop? And you have certain goals that you want to achieve. And depending on how you both answer questions is what kind of area within the relationship you'll score. You may score points towards optimism, or you might score points towards curiosity, or you might score points on, I don't know, being spontaneous. But maybe your goal was not to score a lot of points in spontaneous. Maybe your goal was to have the same amount of points as your other person, or maybe it was to have less. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things that work within this scoring. And one thing that fascinates me about this is while you're working through different scenarios to see how the relationship develops in the game, you're also trying to figure out, well, how can I get him to score higher on spontaneity, or how can I get him to score higher on I don't know, communication. So we're working through a lot of things together.
So one mechanism that I really like on this game is the secret vote.
Oh,
and then you compare how you voted.
Mm-hmm.
So each card, says if you made the same choice, then you get one result. If you chose,
You might get 3 hearts.
if you chose different things, then you get a different result.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're not all good or not all bad. They're just different.
They're just the results.
Right. So part of the game is trying to figure out what you're going to choose.
Yeah.
To get the result that I want.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm what am I going to do? I don't know.
Right.
Because my character would want to do this, but we need these points to balance out, and I just don't know how to vote.
And maybe he needs to be balanced out, but he doesn't know, I don't want to balance out. I need this for you to be much higher than me.
It's like real relationships. They're more complicated than you think they are.
Yeah.
So that was on my list too.
Nice.
And that
for what reasons did you like it?
Of the secret vote.
The secret vote. Okay, got it.
And that it's a co-op game.
Okay.
I also like that. So I have one left on my list due to duplicates. How are you doing over there?
I have 2 more left.
Okay.
My next one is First Rat.
First Rat.
Because of the multiple ways to score points.
Okay.
I really like that you can choose, like if for some reason I can't seem to make any headway on getting light bulbs, which is, I think, creativeness that will get you up one track. Maybe I can just get the points in finishing out the nursery, because if I get all my rats out of the nursery, I get extra points. Or maybe I just want as much cheese as possible, because if you get a certain amount of cheese, then you get a certain amount of points. So I like that there is multiple ways of scoring points within the game.
I like that too. One thing I really like about First Rat is it's a really simple mechanism, but there are a few slides, kind of like chutes and ladders, where it sends you back to the start.
Which you might want.
Or sends you back to an earlier part of the game. And instead of being a penalty, it allows you to hit those spaces again and collect more resources.
Yeah.
So it's not that you're racing to the top of the board first.
Right.
It's that you need to get a bunch of resources, and like you said,
they may only happen in certain areas on the board. It's like I have to go back towards the beginning because I need these certain things to happen, and I want to tap these end caps that give me extra abilities.
So First Rat.
Okay, so my next one.
Well, how many do you have?
I have one more before my number 1.
Oh, go for it.
Is Dwarf Romantic.
Dwarf.
So it's got a campaign style, and you have these hexagon type tiles, and you have objectives that you need to fulfill in them. So maybe you need to have a railroad that has 4 links. So 4 tiles that have a railroad piece on it that can connect. And then you have another objective with 5. Well, you might want to try and make those the same thing, because first you'll knock out the 4, then you'll play for the 5. Or maybe you need to make sure that all the planes are capped, and then you'll get 1 point per tile that has that. But I really enjoy Dwarf Romantic.
Yeah, and I also like that at the end of each game, you score some amount of points. And then depending on what you get to look at a map and choose how many spaces down the path you're going to go, depending on your points.
Down the map.
Down the map, and then you'll get extra bonus tiles and
get to unlock certain things.
Unlock things, yeah. So it moves the game forward as you go. All right.
All righty.
So one more left.
Yeah, why don't you do yours?
All right, the number one that's left on my list is Seven Wonders. Right, and the thing I like about that on the scoring mechanism is multiple set collection. Right, so it's not just collecting one thing and then getting points for it, but there are so many different tracks. You can gain all the science cards, so you can gain all the culture cards, and you can combine them in different ways for different points. If you've got specific things like this specific architectural building, if you've got that and you've got these symbols on your cards, then you can get some points. So I like the kind of the complexity of multiple set collection.
Yeah, well, in a way, that's, I have a different game listed for that. I have Darwin's Journey.
Oh.
And it has multiple sets as well that you want to collect. And it also has a mechanism that it does show up in the last game that you just mentioned. But in Darwin's Journey, there's a multiplier effect in play. You're trying to build out a tableau, and the more that you can go down a certain path, the more your multiplier is going to kick in. And so I really appreciate how there are different things that you can do to try to get points. And especially in Darwin's Journey, going for that multiplier, knowing that if I can just make it to the certain cutoff place, it will multiply what I've just done instead of by 3 by 5 or by 7. And so you really, you're playing to get down that track for the multiplier, as well as playing to get the items that will multiply against. So it's playing in two different arenas.
All right, so that's our top 5 games in favorite scoring mechanisms, games that have interesting scoring mechanisms. Let us know what scoring mechanisms you like or ways you like to score points in a game.
Yeah, and if this is information, kind of videos that you like, please like and subscribe, and it'll help other people find it as well.
Until next time, I'm Onezie.
And I'm the Elusive Bigfoot. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.